Even when it was still expanded, like when I was teaching here, and the houses went up here, some people lived in the walk from the Orda out to the old high school, which was about a mile and a half. They walked to school. Elementary kids walked to school. Well, I had somebody in my first year right in this room. They lived down on 10th Street at Lake Shore. They had a mile and a quarter. And even the kindergartners, well, the older kids, they walked to school. What did you dress? You're going to love this. There are some in the movie. Boys wore what were called knickers to school and outside. And they were like fluffy pants sticking out like balloons almost or something to your knees. And they had a rubber band on them there. And then you had long, always brown stockings. And that's what you wore. You didn't ever get a pair of long pants until you were 13 years old. All girls had to come to school in dresses or skirts. Teachers, I look pretty good today. A lot of teachers don't dress up this much anymore. They're not pretty lenient with everything. But the first year I taught, everybody kept their suit coat, you know, the fancy coat you wear maybe to church, and most people don't do that anymore either. But you dress up for weddings or certain things, most people do it. And the rule was you did not take that off whenever the children were in school. So I got my first year teaching, and the superintendent in those days, who was in Marquette, came to visit every room at least once a week. He just pop in, look to see what's going on. He just, you know, you don't have to sit a long time, you know. If you come in 10, 12 times, you can tell what kind of classroom it is. And I was doing fine for my first year, and he was very nice to me, until the whole end of the first year in May, to show how even teachers had a harder time maybe than students too. It was hot, not like this year. It was hot in the room. There was no air conditioning even thought of in those days. It was 80-something in the room, and I just still hate hot weather. I was so hot, I was really almost getting a headache. It was about 15, 20 minutes left in the school day that day. I thought, I'm taking this coat off. I can't stand it for 15 more minutes and put it in my closet. Wouldn't you know, the superintendent, the boss, came in the door, and he was always very nice when he came in. Sometimes he wouldn't say anything, but he'd come in and just say, nice to see you, boys and girls, Mr. Aronson. He'd go on the classroom. But this time, he used this tone of voice. This is my first teaching job. That really, it's like if you get a bad scolding at home. He wasn't in his pleasant voice. He walked in, he saw I didn't have my coat on. He said, about like this, Mr. Aronson, I want to see you in the hall right now. And he said, I'm disappointed. You've been doing so fine all year. We hope to have you back next year. But if I ever come into, and he put his finger like this, if I ever come in this school again, and you aren't wearing your suit coat during the soon hour, you're going to be fired. It's at that moment. You're done. So things were lovely. Okay. When we had gym classes, girls could wear a pair of like slacks or something. You went to the bathroom, put them on for gym, and took them off immediately after. There were lots of trains coming in all the time. There were 5 or 6 big trains that came in, back where the fire department is now in public safety, and they called people. There were also 4 or 5 passenger days. There were a few thousand people that worked on the railroads. And if you were going any place, let's say you were going to Chicago, hardly anybody had a car that went that far. You got the train there and took the train to Chicago. If you're going really far away, like maybe California or something, New York, they had sleeping cars called Pullmans, and you slept on the train. So Escanaba was very busy. Downtown and stores were much different. I did well in the other one.
Take it. Go ahead.
We had fire trucks pulled by horses. You're going to see one of those going to a fire at Leonard Street pulled by horses. But all the stores were downtown.